I'm so excited to have you here today. My name is Luis D. Perez. I'm a real estate agent here in Downey. I'm also a pastor, if you didn't know that, at the Well. Shout out to the Well Foursquare Church. We're going to go ahead and get started right now. Before that, a few just announcements that this is a live stream that's going to happen every time once a month. So I'm going to have a professional in the real estate world come and just give us some golden nuggets. My purpose in doing any type of real estate content is to equip buyers and sellers to avoid any nightmare situations, because I'm sure that many people who haven't gone through the buying and selling process are thinking to themselves, asking themselves a lot of questions, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of questions, right? So when you have a lot of questions and you come into the buying and selling process and you go through it and you don't know some of these fundamental things, it could hurt you. So we're trying to avoid that for you. We're trying to help you out. So with that said, I just want to go ahead and get my guest speaker, Jonathan Calderon. I'm gonna get him ready to come in here right now. He's a mortgage broker here in the city of Downey. He has over 14 years of real estate experience. So he has a lot of knowledge. He has a lot of experience. So he knows what he's saying. So I want to bring him in here right now. But before that, he is also a drummer at my church, and he gets down. He's a pretty good drummer. I play bass sometimes, and when we play together, it's pretty cool. So hey, what's up, John? How you doing?
Yo, yes, I can hear you just fine. I know you were asking whether we could hear you. Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear, brother.
So hey, John, well, thank you so much. I know that you're a busy person. You know, you have a lot of things going on your plate, which is good because you're productive. You're helping a lot of people out. So I wanted to have you here because you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience in the mortgage world, lending world. So I wanted to ask you that question, like what are three common mistakes that you see sellers and buyers do during the real estate transaction? So give us your golden nuggets, whatever those are, share those with us. We'll really appreciate that.
So yeah, look, the three biggest mistakes that I see, I would say would be cash, man. For whatever reason, cash is just, it always comes up at the very end. You know, you talk to people about, hey, you can't use cash for real estate. You got some mattress money. You have some money just like sitting around in the oven. I had a couple that had money in the oven just chilling there. You can't use it for real estate transactions. And so we sit down with buyers, and these buyers have their down payment money, but it's cash. And we tell them from the very beginning, you can't use the cash. And we tell them, deposit it in your account. Make sure that it's there for 30 to 60 days. We got to be able to source it. We got to be able to paper trail it. And then you think that they would do what we tell them to do. We get close to the table. We're signing final loan docs. They wire the money in, but then it's like the money just got deposited into the account yesterday, cash. So I can't stress it enough. Like, you buyers out there, you cannot use cash in real estate transactions. Please, if you have the cash, deposit it into your accounts. Leave it in there for 30 to 60 days, and make sure that it's sourceable. You know, that there's a paper trail. We ask for 2 months bank statements to be able to source it. So, you know, it's February right now, and so what we're looking for December's statement, and we're looking for January's statement, and that money has to be in there for 60 days in order to be applied towards the transaction. So I can't tell you how many times we've seen that happen, and it really puts a damper on the transaction at the very end. So cash, you know, they say cash is king, Louis, but not in real estate, man. In real estate, if you're going to be using it towards your transaction, you gotta make sure that it's in the account for at least 60 days, 30 to 60 days. So that's one of the biggest mistakes that we see, and we see it frequently.
Right.
The other one, man, is the debt. You know, sometimes there's like, we tell them, look, now that you're approved to buy a house, Mr. Buyer, please don't run your credit. Like, please don't get into any new debt. Don't go and buy the new Tesla, the new Ford Bronco. Don't go and get the new furniture. Don't run your credit. Don't get any new debt.
Right.
Please.
Right.
And you know, sometimes they just don't pay attention, or they don't listen, or they forget. Sometimes they forget.
Yeah.
They go to Macy's, right? They see the sale.
Yeah.
You get 20% off if you buy today and apply
John,
today.
So let's say we're in escrow, right? We're about to close. Maybe let's say tomorrow. You tell me, hey, tomorrow we're about to close. We're gonna get funded. We're gonna record. And I tell you, hey, well, can I get a new carpet? Can I get something new in my house? Can I paint it? Can I contract somebody right now? Because I have a good deal. Like, what would you tell that person?
Yeah, do it. Just don't run your credit.
Yeah. Okay. Don't run
Absolutely.
credit. Okay.
Don't run the credit and don't get into any new debt before you close. After you close, assess your financial situation.
Yeah.
If it's a good fit, then go ahead and do it. But before you close, don't get into any new debt. Don't run your credit, and we see that happen a lot.
Right.
And
right.
it can also put a damper on the transaction, and it could jeopardize the closing.
Right. Right. And one last thing too, I forgot to ask you. So going back to the first golden nugget you gave us about cash, what if I have a family member that wants to give me some money, and they have it in cash? How does that work? How do we have that money in? Can we do that?
So I think what you're talking about is gifts, right?
Right.
You have a family member who wants to gift you some money for your transaction.
Right.
Right. You can do that. I love gifts. Like if there's a family member, if there's an uncle, an aunt, a brother, a parent that wants to gift you some money as a buyer for your real estate transaction, then you can do that. However, the same rule applies. You can't use cash. So if they're going to gift you, let's call it $10,000 towards your down payment and or closing costs, then it has to be sourced in an account. There's got to be a paper trail for the last 30 to 60 days. So the same rule applies.
Okay.
We'll take the gifts. We can use the gifts, but the cash or the gift that's being used needs to be sourced for at least 30, sometimes up to 60 days.
Cool. Okay. Got it.
So if there's a Theo, if there's a Thea out there that wants to gift, please put the money in the account.
Got it.
Put the money in the account now if you're going to let your nephew use that money as a gift towards their transaction.
So I hear you say, right, you have cash, make sure you have that money placed in the bank account. And you also talked about credit. Don't get into any credit. Don't run any credit while you're in escrow. You're going to mess up that process for you. But what is the third nugget you can give us?
Well, I would say for sellers, sometimes sellers, we already know it's a seller's market. Like right now, it's the best time for a seller to take advantage of property appreciation and just make the most on your property, right? You get $1 for it.
Right.
We know that. But then what do you do after you sell? Where do you go? How much do you qualify for?
Right.
What's the payment going to be on the replacement house? And so what I see happen a lot of times is sellers get really excited about selling the house, making the money, getting top dollar for their property without first seeing what they qualify for on the replacement home and what the payment's going to look like. So, the nugget that I would give to a prospective seller is let's sit down, let's assess your financial situation. Let's look at what your proposed payment would be on the replacement property, how much you'd have to come in with, how much money you can keep from the sale. So just a consultation with the seller regarding the replacement purchase, the replacement property. Sellers are very impulsive. They put the house on the market and they don't know that they only qualify for X or they only qualify for Y. Or that they think their payment's going to be the same. Like it's just going to be exactly the same. And it's different, So I would say let's sit down, let's talk about it. Yeah, we're going to put your property on the market and we're going to get you top dollar, but we also want to make sure that you're aware of what you qualify for when we go out there and shop and what the payment's going to be.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you know what? Something that I'm sure you've seen it a lot right now. A lot of sellers are actually selling their houses and buying a new one, right? Replacing that property. So I have heard some sellers say, "Can I do that? Can I sell my house at the same time while I'm looking for a new one?" They're a little confused in that process. And yes, you can. You can actually, while you're selling your property, you can actually go out and find a new one. I like what you said about having them prepared and getting them prepared for that process. Is there anything else you want to add as far as those three little nuggets?
I mean, for the most part, that's what we see. right? We see the cash being an issue. We
Mm-hmm.
see that buyers go ahead and they run their credit, they get into new debt before they close, which hurts, right? It doesn't help the transaction. And then sometimes the sellers don't sit down with a mortgage broker, with a banker, to figure out what their payment's going to be on their house.
They want to continue a conversation with you, John. Where can they find you? Where are you located at? And just give us that information so they could contact you.
Yeah, well, I'm in the city of Downey, right in downtown Downey, on Second Street, next to the post office. It's 8130 Second Street.
Right.
If you're in the neighborhood, stop by, or you follow me on socials at JCRE Today, at JCRE Today. Just hook up with us on Instagram or Facebook, and we're here to help. Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird, people. Don't make it weird. Okay? We're just regular people with a heart to help others.
That's right. That's right. Well, John, again, thank you so much for your time. I'm gonna let you go, and we're gonna go ahead and continue other conversations throughout the year. I'm gonna have you come in here and just again keep throwing some golden nuggets for us. It's really gonna help. But thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you. I love you. I hope you have a good day, man.
Love you, man. God bless. Take care.
God bless. If you want to go ahead and buy or sell or just have any questions about real estate, go ahead and contact me or John. We're here to help you out. You can also feel free to reach me at here I go, trying to put this up for you guys and look professional. You can go ahead and reach me at www.luisdperez.com. I have blogs that I'm working on in there. I'm going to put all my social media platforms in there, my listings, anything that I've sold in the past few months. Again, we're here to help you. Whatever questions you have about real estate, I hope that we can answer them for you. And this is it. I'm going to see you next month. I'm going to have a credit specialist in the city of Downey as well. He's going to give you some golden nuggets on how to improve our credits and just a few other things that might help you if you're thinking of buying. So go ahead and make sure you put that as a reminder. So I hope you have a blessed day. Take care, stay safe, right? Wear your mask, 6 feet apart, and take care of your loved ones. Love you guys. Take care.